Hello and welcome to another MCO market update on Bitcoin. The price is, starting to give us the first signal of a decent bounce. What is interesting, and that's something I pointed out earlier today in a post on Discord where I shared my Nasdaq chart today as well, is that the Nasdaq pushed down a bit today, and that's exactly when Bitcoin started to move up. So, what's going on with that correlation that often people talk about, which, by the way, doesn't really exist. Definitely not. But it's interesting because in the last few days there was short-term correlation. Yeah, both Nasdaq and Bitcoin moved down, and today that was sort of the first moment, because I'm tracking both in detail, that I saw that local temporary correlation break. I mean, I just said it doesn't exist. It doesn't really exist as most people think. Like, most people say that, well, they always correlate. When the stock market goes down, Bitcoin goes down. No, it's not like that. But when the Bitcoin chart and the Nasdaq kind of moved together for a week, and then the first time, abrupt move down on the Nasdaq chart, Bitcoin pushing higher, that's something interesting. And so, definitely watching this with interest, and it shows that the levels are really relevant. Now, over the last few days, we talked about this kind of 90,400 level. I explained that in detail in the last videos. The golden ratio level here, the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement. I zoom out a bit here. 90,400, 90,500. Sorry, not. Did I say 60,000? No. Anyway, this golden ratio level, 90,400, 90,500. This area, was certainly of interest, and was the next downside target around the 61.8 retracement and the 100% extension. And so I was watching with you, hopefully, for a possible bounce. See, this is tiny, this move at the moment. It's tiny. But still, it's something noteworthy because we finally moved into a first resistance area. So next decision moment, basically. Because the local trend remains down. I mean, we're clearly still printing lower lows and lower highs. And my view is that this here would be at least a wave 4 bounce. And I've highlighted how I would expect this to play out as an ABC structure. So interesting, really, that we started this wave 4 bounce after the wave 3 was actually full. For those of you who are following on X, you got the notification earlier today. I posted, 4 hours ago or something, 3 hours ago. Oh yeah, X was down for a bit. But I said that wave 3, so circle wave 3, is looking very full at this stage. I'm watching for a bounce in circle wave 4, and I would like to see that bounce develop over the coming days, as it is due now. I don't think it can be any clearer. Since then, the market started to develop some more upside momentum, which adds weight to my thesis. It's now important to maintain some sort of upside momentum, that the market in any pullback holds above the 78.6 retracement level there at $90,044. So basically, this micro support zone that I'm tracking could be tested at any point. We always have to adjust it with the price as well. It's now 90,150 actually to $92,020. I do share these, our live chart link obviously on Discord, so you guys always see the live updates there in the chart. But I will always update this throughout the day. And I think it's just important to understand that even if this is not yet a very meaningful upside reversal, there's still scope for a larger bounce as long as the market can respect this Fibonacci area in any pullback. But overall, even in this C wave to the downside, which started at this top on the 11th of November at around 107,530, even in this C wave, even in this C wave, the market might give us that one more low here, which could then take the price to round about 87 to 85K. 87 will likely not be enough, probably more like 85. So I'm saying if something like this happens, ABC, and we don't get above $97,294, we might see another dip. And as long as the move up is only in 3 waves, even if we break above resistance, it's also not a very strong bottoming signal, okay? But it would be a first one. This year, obviously, we already have a signal now for at least a local low, but this is not yet meaningful. I've said over the last few days, the first meaningful resistance area, the first meaningful, let's say, test for the bears, if they are still leading, is this area there between 93,300 to $97,300. So that's what I'm tracking at the moment, and that's what I'm tracking, by the way, here at the moment in the short term. Now, some of you might ask, okay, what if we break actually above this resistance there at 97,294? Well, I think there is, first of all, this would already open the door to maybe a larger recovery. Of course, it would. But I would then probably first track this as larger degree wave 4. So Roman numeral 4, which could take us towards 100K, maybe a slightly higher. Yeah. Maybe if we see that happen here, then I will add also resistance to this for this larger resistance area on the chart, for this larger wave 4 on the chart. We'll remove this one here. But yeah, at the moment that would be a bit too early to confirm that this is actually playing out. And this could play out, for example, also as an ABC, but then this is, instead of being the wave 4, circle 4, this might be the A wave. And then the pullback afterwards might be a B wave. And then we could get a C wave. But I'm warning you, I mean, that sounds maybe not the right choice of words, but a pullback when the market is so oversold, like it is right now and like it was yesterday, if we then get a real recovery, FOMO is often coming in, FOMO is often kicking in, and then people who have been bearish or the late shorts, they get liquidated, right? And then pullbacks are sometimes very, very shallow. So we might not see a very clear A, B, C structure. I'm just saying, you know. Sometimes then the movements to the upside, even though they might just be corrective, they look very impulsive. But anyway, for now, objectively, I really only have, for now, a 3-wave move into resistance. This is not yet in any way a meaningful upside reversal. It's simply the bounce in circle wave 4 we've been watching for. Let's see how it develops. We've got all the parameters on the chart. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Yeah, and also I invite you to join us on X for additional charts, updates, news. There was even a video update, exclusive one for anybody here on X an hour ago. So check it out if you don't want to miss anything. I'll leave a link in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.